This scripture, Isaiah 13:10, went perfectly with my vision. It's a King James version, and it says, "For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine."
Hello, I'm Caitlin Russell's mother, and I wanted to share a vision I had on July 18th, 2022. When my vision began, I was standing outside. It was dark, and there were many people near fire cans warming their hands. I could see huts on a mostly flat area of land all around us. I was looking up at the dark blue sky, and I could see the constellations and stars were all scattered. I said out loud, "Not one constellation is in place." I couldn't find not one constellation in the sky, and there was no moon either. I was very concerned and said out loud, "How are we going to know when Jesus is coming?" And Jesus' father, Jehovah, said out loud, his tone was warm and loving. He said, "The only way to tell you is to show you." All of a sudden, he placed and moved these three small balls of fire in the sky. The fireballs seemed to quickly get larger as they approached us. I knew it was Jesus and his angels. I gasped and said, "They're close." I realized Jehovah was trying to show how close Jesus was to coming for the people to be raptured. The balls of fire were right in front of us in the sky. It was very close. I was so amazed and happy, I put my hands up towards the sky. I felt such joy and peace. I knew we were about to be taken home. I turned and was about to shout to everyone that Jesus was here. But then I woke up. I rushed to tell my daughter, Caitlin. I explained to her in this vision, I realized who the people represented that were around me. This group of people were the last of the saved people who accepted the gospel. I could feel in my spirit that everywhere else is where there are so many of us saved, ready, and waiting for Jesus to come rapture us. I also knew one ball of fire represented Jesus, and the other two balls of fire represented separate groups of many angels coming to take us all home. I still had emotions of the vision when I woke up, and it stayed with me throughout the day. Maranatha, everyone. God bless.
Hello, Amber. I needed to add something to the vision that I had. My daughter convinced me that these little details that I took out for sake of time, that you guys would appreciate it. Well, the people that were standing over the fire cans, like I saw one man, his many I say about many of them had really tan skin and wavy hair, like they came from the Middle East, and some had fair skin, but they looked like that's where they came from, where we were standing, and there was this water, this huge amount of water, like dark water. I don't know if it was the Jordan or or if it was the Nile or someplace else, because it was so dark. The water was dark, but it kind of reflected what was up in the sky, dark blue. And I, I really felt like these were the last of the saved people. Like these people got saved. These were the last ones. And then Jesus and his angels were coming. I've seen some videos of some of the, the other people telling their vision. They talk about fireballs, some fireballs coming down, and at the same time, and even in the news. And but these fireballs, they were Jesus and the angels, two groups of angels, and it was absolutely uh, exhilarating to see and to hear Jehovah speaking about when his son Jesus was coming. This is how he was going to let us know, and it was now. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Now, the next vision that I was letting you hear is my 6-year-old granddaughter. Last year, she told us, my daughter and I, about this vision that she had. I usually when she comes in my room. She greets us, and I ask her, "How'd you sleep?" And she'll say, "Fine." Well, this time she said, "Fine," and she was like, "I had a rapture dream." And it was so adorable that I wanted to put it down. We were trying to make sure that we had our visions in there and not take up too much time so you could fit someone else in case that's what you were doing. But she was beaming from her rapture dream. She said it felt so real. She, the, that she even told us about how at the end, as Jesus was pulling up, she called us diamonds, and the diamonds were us going up in the air. That Jesus held her in his arms. I mean, I couldn't believe it. At first, we thought, should we send it in? And we were like, no, because we didn't send any of ours in either. But then we started to send our visions that we had to come in. So I know that she would want you to hear her rapture vision that she had, just like we are thankful too that you heard ours. I just want to thank you too, Amber. We have gone to sleep and just played all the rapture visions and tribulation visions, and it really helped us because we were having all kind of visions too. I've had visions where I've woken up, I've heard the trumpet, beautiful trumpet blowing. I mean, and it was so long that only an angel could have blown it, could have blown these trumpets, and it sounded so beautiful. I also had woken up out of my sleep, and I was hearing them singing from heaven, and they were singing Yahweh come. It was like Yahweh come, Yahweh come, Yahweh come. It was the most beautiful, and there was no music with it, just their voices. And these were women. And then we would hear this vocalization that sounded like the angels. Sometimes you would just hear them vocalizing or blowing the trumpet like something really spectacular happened in heaven. We had so many visions that we had, and this was audible. I was awake where I actually grabbed my daughter and said, "Kate, wake up! The trumpet!" And I'm thinking the rapture's getting ready to happen any moment. And I wanted to tell you about these too because the way things are going out there, we might be going home any day. Any day we might be going home. I literally just asked Jesus. I said, Jesus, I said, do you know, why we're not going home yet? Could you tell us why we're not going home yet? And my daughter Caitlin heard. Go ahead, Kate.
Man of sin.
He said, man of sin. So we're waiting for the man of sin to announce himself. And then up we're going. We're getting ready to go home, you guys. We are getting ready to go home. Thank you so much, Amber, for this. I can't tell you how this helped us. I didn't want to take up too much time or anything, but you know how many visions that we've had, and we've heard other people with similar visions like us. And the first time I heard you talking about people who've heard the trumpet going off was last week. And I was like, oh my goodness, we were having that. We didn't think we could write in about us hearing the trumpet, though. So I just want to thank you because we're going home soon. We can feel it. We all can feel it. Thank you, Amber. Thank you for everything. This is my 6-year-old granddaughter Amelia's vision.
Amelia's going to tell you a dream that she just had.
So I was outside playing, and I saw a diamond up the skies and a little bit stars. And then I started to fly up there. And perfectly, I saw Jesus lifting his hands up. And and he and when I got down there, he was picking me up and holding me. But he gave me one of the bracelets I gave y'all.
Wow.
And
That's beautiful. We had to share it. We love you guys.
Love you.
Maranatha.
Maranatha.